Hi, I'm Tim Tuller at St. John's Cathedral, canon for music, and I'm going to say a couple words about the music for this Sunday, August 18th. Our prelude is the choral prelude on Rosa Midra by English composer Ralph Vaughan Williams. Vaughan Williams was one of the very most important English composers of the early to mid 20th century. He is greatly renowned for his symphonies and his choral music in particular. He wrote a great deal of music for the Anglican Church, and he wrote some organ music, but not very much, certainly relative to the other media that he wrote for. But what he did write was very high quality. The prelude on Rosa Midra comes from 1920, and it's from a set of 3 choral preludes on Welsh hymn tunes. Rosa Midra is a tune that's not overly familiar with American congregations, although it does exist in our hymnal at number 587, and it's usually sung to "O Father, by whose name all fatherhood is known." But it's not one that's sung very often, and certainly not well known to us here at St. John's. The offertory anthem this Sunday is "O Thou the Central Orb" by English composer Charles Wood. He was a central figure in the early 20th century in English music. He was a student of Stanford and Perry, and he went on to teach Vaughan Williams. And so he was right in the middle of a huge flowering of English music in the early 20th century. He's known for his choral music in particular, also his chamber music. "O Thou the Central Orb" is probably his most well-known anthem. And it's a very vigorous and well-written piece, and it has a soaring quality that is very characteristic of Wood's anthems for church use. It's a wonderful piece and one of the favorites of both myself and the cathedral choir. Our postlude this Sunday is the prelude on Hyfrydl by Canadian composer Healy Willan. Willan, although he's Canadian, he very much writes in the English tradition. And he wrote a great deal of music for choir and organ and other instrumental combinations as well. His organ music often sounds like it's been improvised on the spot. Willan was a particularly renowned improviser at the organ. And he was at the Church of St. Mary Magdalene in Toronto for many years. That was it is an Anglo-Catholic church. And he really brought the music there to new heights, and much of his organ and choral music have stayed in the repertoire. It's a wonderful setting, invigorating setting of the tune Hyfrydl, which is also a Welsh tune. And we sing that quite frequently at St. John's. "Love Divine, All Loves Excelling" is one of the hymns that we sing it to. And there are actually a couple hymns in the hymnal that contain that tune. I hope you enjoyed the music this Sunday.